Hello everyone, this is Krishna from CAD and Mac. This is my tutorial number 3 for AutoCAD 2016 on Macintosh. In tutorial number 2, as you must be remembering, we had a talk about file management in AutoCAD 2016, and we also had a talk about the toolbar that is present in AutoCAD 2016. Now, today, things that we're going to talk to you about is, first of all, the first topic is going to be the different methods of drawing a line in AutoCAD 2016, and second, measuring different types of dimensions in AutoCAD 2016. Dimension comprising of angles, lengths, aligned length, diameter, radius, and whatnot. We can measure everything in AutoCAD 2016. So, to start with, the different methods of drawing a line in AutoCAD 2016. There are mainly three methods by which you can draw a line in AutoCAD 2016, and they are, the first being, you can draw a line with the help of simple coordinate systems. If you are familiar with the if you were familiar with coordinate geometry, you must be familiar with the first method. The second method is, as I've been showing you from the first tutorial, you first specify the first point, and then you ask AutoCAD to move a particular units away from that particular point to draw a line. That's the second method. The third method is the most interesting one. Suppose someone asks you to draw a line, suppose 60 millimeters at an angle of 60 degrees. Then what do you do? If you first of all, you cannot draw this particular type of line with the help of the second method, and if you use the first method, it can get a little tough. Now, if you want an easier method, the easiest method is the third method. Now, let me start with the first method of how to draw a line in AutoCAD. First, let me make you a little those who are not very familiar with coordinate systems. Let me give you a brief about what a coordinate system is. A coordinate system is a plane, as you can see. I have switched on grid from over here. This is grid switched off condition, and this is where I switched on grid system. Now you can see that there are different squares, as we call boxes, over here. Now this line has been divided in one box. It has been divided into 5 particular boxes, and then again 5 particular boxes, and then 5 boxes, and then again 5 boxes. And on this axis, x-axis, it has been divided into 5, 5, 5, and 5, and so on. These are 5 boxes, and so if we take 2 boxes, it becomes 10, and then it's 10. So this is basically the coordinate system, and now we're going to start with drawing a line with the help of a coordinate system. First things first. Now what we do is we press L, as we all know that it's the command for drawing a line in AutoCAD, and we press enter. Now we have the line tool in our hands in the cursor. Now what we do is, given the first coordinate, suppose we want to draw a line starting from here, then going to here, then here, and then over here. Suppose we want to draw a square with the help of lines and with the help of coordinate systems. So we given the first coordinate. The first coordinate being 0, 0. As we want to start from this particular point is x-axis 0, y-axis 0, and press enter. As you can see, we have already started drawing, and the cursor has initialized the command from 0, 0 of the coordinate system. So we need to give in the coordinate of the second point. As you can see, it's asking you for data about this next second point. It says specify next point or undo. If you press U and enter, it will come out of the command and you will get the initial cursor. So what we do is we give in the second coordinate. The second coordinate being 0, 10. If you know the basics of coordinate geometry, you must be very much familiar with this system of drawing. But if you are not, please go through any mathematics book where a coordinate geometry is there, and you should get the concept that I'm using over here at the most by 5 minutes. So what I do is I specify the second coordinate, that's 0, 10, and press enter. As you can see, there are 5 boxes over here and then 5 boxes over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So 0, 10. So next we have been asked again to specify the next point. So the next point becomes 10, 10, and then we press enter. As you can see, the line is being drawn without any problem. Now the fourth point is 10, 0. That's x-axis, x-axis 10 and y-axis 0, and we press enter. As we can see, the third line has been drawn, and we end the square by going back to the initial point, that is 0, 0 there, and we press enter to come out of the command. As you can see, we have created a particular square where where sides measure 10 by 10 by 10. Suppose we want to draw a rectangle of sides 15 by 20. What we do is we press enter. We give in the first coordinate, that's 0, 0, press enter. We give in the second coordinate, that's 0, 15 there. We give in the third coordinate, that is 15, 20 there. I'm sorry, it should be 15 it should be 20, 15. Yeah, it should be 20, 15, and then we come down with the measurement. So we need to come down 15 boxes. So y-axis becomes 0 and where x-axis maintains its position, so 20, 0. So there, and we come back to the initial positions, that 0, 0, and there, and we come out of the command. As you can see, we have created a rectangle and a square with the help of coordinate systems. Now let's get rid of this. Now you are very much clear of the second method, because I have been using that method quite often, but still I'll be showing you the method. In this method, it's pretty easy. I switch off the grid system, as we're not going to need the grid system in this particular method. We go to line, we specify the first point. It can be anywhere, we do that. We switch on ortho. In this case, I switch on ortho, but if you don't want to switch on ortho, it's absolutely fine. And what we do is we give AutoCAD the direction in which we need the line, and after that we specify the length. Suppose I want a line of 20 millimeters and press enter. There we have it. That's the line of 20 millimeters, and press enter to get this particular line. Now when we started drawing this particular diagram or this particular line, I told you that we can start it arbitrarily from anywhere. So if you have any particular snap position, you can absolutely use that. for drawing line with this particular method, the second method. Now let me show you that. I start with the line command. I go to any of the object snap. Suppose I go to the midpoint, click over here, go upwards, and then give it a value of 20. There we have a perpendicular of 20 on a line of 20. So that leaves us with the third and the most important method by which we draw a line in AutoCAD. The third method is align method. In this method, we only use the command line. We don't actually need any part of the toolbar. Now, in the third method, what you need to do is specify the length of the line and the angle at which it needs to go up. Suppose we draw a line over here. It can be any arbitrary line, and then we give it the line command again, and what we do is specify the first point. Suppose we need to draw a line of suppose 50 millimeters at an angle of 70 degrees. What we do is, we have already positioned the first point of the line. What we do is we type @ after that 70 millimeters. Sorry, I told you 50 as far as I remember. Let's make it 20. Okay, at 20 millimeters at an angle of 70 degrees. Now this is the command that you need to use if you want to draw a line with this method. @ the length that you want, and that angle symbol or less than symbol, the angle that you want the line to be off. Then you press enter. There we go. We have a line of 20 millimeters of angle 70 degrees. Now let me show you. Suppose if I want the length of this line, as you can see, it's 20, and the angle between the two lines is 70 degrees, as you can see. Now this is the best method that you can use to draw a particular line. Now you don't actually need the baseline. You can draw any particular line, and it will always be drawn with reference to the with the reference to the x-axis. Suppose I want to draw a line, and I've initialized the command by giving the first point. I give it a length of, suppose we have been drawing really small lines, so I give it 1000 millimeters at an angle of 60 degrees. There we go. There. As you can see, we have drawn a line of 60 millimeter. We have drawn a line of 1000 millimeters at an angle of 60 degrees. Now if I want to show you, I can absolutely show you that we have drawn it perfectly. We take the the line dimension from here, and then I'll show you. There, that's the length of the line, and the angle between the base, the x-axis, and this particular line is 60 degrees. So this is the best method that you can use to draw a line. And we have finished with the part where we had to discuss about different methods by which you can draw a line in AutoCAD. The second part of this tutorial, that's tutorial number 3, will be the different dimensions that you can measure over here in AutoCAD. Now to measure the dimensions in AutoCAD 2016 or any particular, not specific to AutoCAD, you can you can easily measure it. You can easily measure it from over here, from dimensions. The first dimension that we have is simple dimension. Dimension actually measures the length of a particular line. Quick dimension, it actually in quick dimension, it doesn't actually show you value. It doesn't actually print the value onto the screen. It just shows you and disappears. That's why quick dimension. The third the one that we can see, that's more specific, and that's linear measurement. Now, what's linear measurement? Suppose I switch off ortho and draw this particular line. Now, if I go over here and click on linear, and I want the length of this particular line, what does it give me? It actually gives me the distance between these two particular points. So what do we learn from this? We learn what is, suppose we have a line like this. I switch on ortho over here again, or suppose we have a line like this. So in this cases only we can use linear. We can use linear over here. We repeat the command, and there we can use linear in this condition. We can use linear in this condition. And if we suppose there are 2 points and I want to know the displacement between, or the shortest distance between the 2 points, then only can I use a linear command. Now suppose I don't want this. I want the length of this line, the slanted line. I want the dimension of that. I want the length of that. So what do? I go to dimension, I click on aligned, and I click on this particular line. There we have the aligned length of this particular line. Let me show you again. I go to dimension, I click on aligned, click on one of the ends, and then click over here. There we have the dimension of that particular aligned line. So that's the difference between a linear measurement and an aligned measurement. The next part is dimensions, and then we go to arc length. Now I'm going to teach you about arcs later on. So now what I'm going to go for is the circle command, and draw a simple circle. Just draw a line through it like this, and I'm going to remove the rest of the circle and remove the line. There we have an arc. We have a very simple arc, and we need to measure the length of the arc. We go to dimensions, we click on arc length, and we simply click over here. There we have the length of the arc, that 639.1. That's the third type of dimension that I told you about. Okay, now after that we have a simple radius, we have jog, diameter. If you want to measure the diameter or jog distance between 2 points and the radius of a particular circle, you can absolutely do that. Suppose we have a circle like this. What you simply do is you take the radius or the diameter of from over the dimensions menu bar, and you simply click on the circle, and there you have the radius. And if you want the diameter, you can click on the circle again, and there we have the diameter. It's as simple as that. Now suppose I need to measure the length, I mean the angle between two lines. What we do is, suppose we have these two particular lines, what we do is go to dimensions, then go to angular, and then we measure the distance between the two lines by first clicking on any of the two lines and then clicking on the next. There we have the angle as 28 degrees. That was pretty easy. Now, those were the basic dimensions as we have it for today. There are many other dimensions. As you can see, there is dimension space, there is dimension break, multi-leader, but we have not read those, or we have not studied those as of the tutorial, as long as the tutorial is concerned. And as I'll proceed with the different different types of figures like the leader or the arrows and stuff, I'll be briefing you on the same. I'll be going through those parts of AutoCAD as well. The next tutorial is mainly going to be on mainly going to be on dimension style, and it's going to be dimension style and text style. Dimension style and text style are really important part of AutoCAD. It can be of any AutoCAD, not only for Mac, or it shouldn't be of 2016. It's important for any particular AutoCAD. So please do tune in for the next tutorial as well. Hope you've enjoyed the tutorial and you have learned anything from it. So please do subscribe, please do like the video. Thank you.